So we have this code duplication. How do we get rid of it? Well, we could actually tell ReSharper to get rid of it in one keystroke, but that's not the point. What I'm going to do is outside of main, and this is very important, I am entering code that is outside of main for the first time. So far, we've only played around with code inside of main, and then occasionally we'll throw in a new using declaration. But outside of main, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a method.
But please,
And the
please
method,
take note that while outside of main, but still inside the
correct,
program class.
it still must be inside the class program. So you'll notice that the indentation makes that very easy for me to see that I'm still inside of the class program. So I'm going to go ahead and say static decimal get decimal from user string prompt. I know stuff is getting crazy right now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to write code that retrieves the decimal from the user, but it does so in a more generic way. Remember how we modified our program just now for homework that made the program from, sort of a more hard-coded fashion into a more dynamic fashion? Well, that's the same sort of process I'm about to go through. I want to take this code and generalize it so it can be reused from multiple spots within my program. So I'm going to say bool has entered decimal equals false. And you might be thinking, whoa, wait a sec. Don't you already have a has entered decimal variable? And that is definitely a question we will be answering. Then I'm going to enter a while loop that is pretty much going to look exactly like the while loop that we had before. Then I'm going to say console.write, and I'm going to pass in prompt. And you might be thinking, well, where's prompt coming from? Again, it's another thing that we're going to be talking about. Then I'm going to say has entered decimal equals decimal triparse, passing in console readline with a out result of decimal result. And then I'm going to throw another bit of crazy syntax at everyone. I'm going to say return decimal result. What I can do now is I can rewrite my program up here to be significantly cleaner. And watch this. And the program now works the exact same way as it did before. So just looking at this code, just comparing these two bits, you can already see a massive difference. And the massive difference is that we've significantly reduced the amount of code that we had to write because we've taken the repetitive code and we've placed it into what's called a method.